welcome back to Buy the Dice. Last time we visited Aelwood, it was a session 1, so we're going to start with announcements. Thank you to Rip Reptiles for the funding for the new binders.
Yep. Yes. And the pencils and pockets with them in it. I like the purple hearts. They're like all throughout the thing.
Yeah. So now everybody has a nice thing to keep all their D&D stuff in.
Yeah.
Any other announcements? We are waiting on Topanga.
Yeah, she's in the restaurant.
Al baño.
Maylene will be back with us next week.
And aside from that, thank you to Chris and Topanga for tonight's Heroes Feast.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You're welcome.
It was delicious.
Are we forgetting anything?
7-day countdown to Pudge's return.
Yay!
We are so missing our Pudge.
Yay!
Not this session, but next session he should be back, right?
Yeah, which means that, well, hopefully, I'm not sure how the flight arrangements are going to work.
I was going to say, because it will...
You find it important.
No, not next session, the session after that. Because he's got 10 days, so we'll be back, like, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, it is a Wednesday.
So he'll be back in the middle of the week, so he won't be back for next session, but the session after that he will.
Mm-hmm.
Which leaves me with plenty to write until then to make sure that Wisp is all caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, has his bit of the puzzle more accurately.
Because just while Wisp has been on his own adventure, we've added 2 new members to the party, and he's going to come back and be like,
Oh,
the fuck?
Hey, stranger. Oh, speaking
I wonder how he's going to feel about Kalora.
And he's going to look at Kalora and be like, weren't you a paladin at one point?
I am a paladin. Because I was a fighter when he left. Just a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're a paladin, but doesn't say for which deity.
Oh, yes, it does.
Now. Now.
It was branded in.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm going to go check on her, see what she's doing.
Yep.
You can't bullshit all night.
No.
Well, it's fun.
Well, it's fun.
Says that we're here with a purpose.
Yes.
And a porpoise.
Hey, you almost ready? We're started. We're ready to get going.
Daylight come and me one gets done.
No, you
Man, I had to double back. I got on the way here with the Kramers, had to double back to the house because I forgot the hard drive.
Oh, shit.
I can't forget that anymore.
No, we kind of need it.
Right? She should be just momentarily.
It's all good.
So,
I can edit.
Right?
We can relax
I
a
have
little.
10 hit points. This is fucking great.
I have an armor class of 15 though, so I'm doing pretty good.
I have an AC of 14 and 11 hit points.
How do you, I didn't write mine down. Shit. What?
I'm not wearing any armor, so mine's easy.
It will usually tell you, like, for my my artificer or whatever, because of
I
the
go off
armor.
class, right? Not mine.
Yeah.
It depends what kind of
Oh, you
armor
have monsters
you
in
have.
the multiverse.
Well, I'm a warlock.
So do you not have armor at all?
Well, is it level 0? Would we have that?
Level 1, yeah.
Yeah, level 1 you'd still have armor, you just wouldn't be proficient in it until you hit level 1.
I don't think
I have light armor.
So you and then you would go to the armor section.
Leather padded, I think the most you can get is studded leather.
No, studded leather's light, medium armor. Studded leather is
So they
medium
have
armor,
light
scale,
armor.
like
It's not
scale
in
mail.
I have one of them over here.
So it'd be.
Or not.
It depends on what armor you have. Like for my scale mail, my AC is 14 plus my dex modifier. Because I have scale mail. So it goes based on whatever armor you have. So if you can use light armor, you'd have to go to the armor section and look up what
Wait,
armor.
so is it in front of the book, right?
No, it's in the middle of the book by weapons. Just scroll through until you see a bunch of weapons on the page. I keep going towards the back a little bit.
And you.
Should be right around there.
Yeah.
You're in the PHB.
Yeah.
You have my PHB?
Spell casting. Spells.
It'd be before spells.
Not evil tool. Right, here we go.
There's the weapons. And right before that should be armor.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So if you have light armor, you can have studded leather, or padded. So if you want studded leather, which is the highest you can go for light armor, it would be 12 plus your dex modifier. If that's what you're going with for studded leather, 'cause
Yeah.
it's the heaviest, the strongest you can get for light armor.
Gives me a 13. Okay.
Like, see, that's where mine is. Mine's scale mail because I'm medium armor proficient for mine. And so mine's 14 plus my dex.
Yeah, I got some monk shit going on. So. I don't have any armor on, but I have a dex or an armor class of 15.
I literally just put them in there by basically just the same shape.
Oh, you're good. These were the ones I was looking for. Or the full sets. I will organize them later. Or I will let the OCD monster have at the dice tray again. That's how I got organized last time. Elaine got all OCD about some shit.
Can I fix that? Sure.
What's your best kid?
She's old enough to ever come out in the store.
Right?
My OCD can only take so much. You take that side, I'll take this side.
If it wasn't a tobacco store, technically you could probably get away with that, but no, you have to at least be 18 to work there.
Yeah, no, sprinkle store, yes. Usually you have to come in.
Yeah.
Because of the alcohol.
Ah. Oh yeah, you guys have those really good chocatinis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Eugene, you have to be 21. Because technically, like gas at grocery stores and stuff like that, there's 18-year-old. You can be 18-year-old and running register. Because the managers, the finance managers, are always over 21.
Ah.
So they can legally touch it and scan it and do all that shit because they're 18. But we don't have someone I can keep on file, like on. We can have two people work at the same time, so you have to be 21 so you can do it by yourself. Basically,
Makes sense.
Found the thing I was looking for.
Oh no.
Just wanted to make sure I had that dog eared. But not literally. Because we don't do that.
just the community books.
Are these just gonna be our game binders?
Yes, you can put your character sheets and your notes and everything in them.
I put all my characters like the two that I the one off.
That comes in handy.
Yes.
So we don't.
I just might
Lose
need
our
to get more of
character
those thin sheets because I'm going to need 3 per character just so I can get to the front and back.
Babe, I have a binder full.
That's what I'm saying.
I will give you some.
Perfect. 'Cause I'll
All
need
right,
more.
now that we're all gathered together.
Yeah.
I keep them.
It's
stored.
early morning. We've all had long days, good rest, typical working class humanoids, or otherwise. And you wake up.
Living beings.
You wake up in the morning in the southern branch of the fan of Findresir. And where you normally would hear gulls and various wildfare, you hear silence. It's quiet. The first rays of sun are hitting the cobblestone streets and coming through your windows, and the market has just opened. Even the vendors are abnormally pensive and quiet.
There's tension in the air.
You're all within about a block of the market. What are you doing? Actually, let's roll an out of combat initiative real quick.
10.
16.
10, 16. 16.
Are we getting our initiative bonus?
Yes.
Oh, we are?
No.
Yeah. I figure.
21.
So that 21?
11.
11.
We,
Yeah, I figure
I
an
don't have a
initiative is
plus
an
one.
initiative.
It's a
8.
dex saving throw.
8?
God damn
Mm-hmm.
it. We got 1.
14. Because I have no initiative bonus.
Bing, 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 bing. Alright. How are you starting your day?
I reach into my. Oh, darling, it's wonderful. You see, I go in and I reach down into this pack out of somebody who I shanked last night. I pull out a few coins, probably no more than about 3 or 4 silver. I take their flask off the side of their hip, pull the cork out, finish off their wine, kick them 2 more times in the teeth for good measure. Tell them they were a lovely pillow. Find the set and start heading for the tavern.
Alright. The tavern is right there in the center of the city. It's pretty easy to get to. You find yourself a very friendly tavern staff. Particularly to you. So, when they first see you come through the door, what are they looking at?
About 3 foot tall goblin. Wearing no real armor. Their clothes look like they have been rolled around in the grass for a little bit, like in the gutters. They've been having a night of it. And looks like there'd be a little bit of vomit on the shirt from where they've been drinking too much. And bloodshot, yellowish green, slitted eyes, full mouth, sharp teeth, and a long, blunted nose. More bulbous than pointy. I've been punched in it a few too many times. Oh, not you, dear, seem quite friendly this morning.
Why wouldn't we be? It's a work day, honey. What you notice about them is that there are a few features to their faces that are distinctly familiar. These folks have goblin ancestry. Though, by the uniquely pointed ears, they also have oddly high elf ancestry.
Sorry, just not used to my kind being treated like that. I just want some breakfast. You know, beer, something bloody.
Alright. I can do you. And slips into the back. And
Better place to know.
move off to you. How are you starting your morning? It is oddly quiet.
Are there any nearby forests or woods?
Not here.
Any small creatures that I can hunt?
Oh yeah.
That's what I want to do. Because I have this like crossbow, and I want to become more proficient in it. So I'm just like trying to get better with it at my level that I'm at. So I'm just using it to like see squirrels, rabbits.
Nice.
Just doing a little hunting just to practice on a moving
Give me a
target.
survival check.
Please don't be one of those ones that's only a plus. Not does that with bonus.
Well, if it is, then you just better be good at what you do.
19 plus 2 is 21.
Alright. You bring in 2 rabbits, 2 squirrels, and a small fox.
And so I take it to a local meat merchant that's looking for any fresh kills and seeing if they're willing to buy what I have.
Alright. You find the meat merchant, actually just right off the pub. Just shuttering up the stall and getting ready for the day.
And I walk up, I kind of walk up, or I have I borrowed this cart or something to have all my kills on.
Yeah.
And I walk up with them all laid out, and I ask him if he would like to purchase anything to
That's not
use
enough.
for meat. They've just been killed, and they were killed just that morning.
Alright, and what's he looking at?
Couple of just
You.
sorry. You're
What were you
looking
about?
about a 3-foot tall, 40-pound dromite with a long leather cloak and a tall collar that kind of covers his face. A big baggy pointed wizard's hat to where that kind of also shadows his face to where all you can see there's some kind of almost bioluminescent green eyes. Like they almost produce their own light. In certain lights. Just a long leather cloak with some embossments on it. Just some design and intricate work that was embossed on the leather of the cloak. Scale mail armor. Light crossbow across my back
Nice.
with a quiver of 20 bolts because I recovered the ones that I used from
Yep.
the animals. And also a quarter, and I'm walking and I have a quarter staff in my hand. I use it kind of like a walking stick.
Alright.
And no, not really able to make out the features right away because I'm so cloaked over with my cloak and my hat
Yep.
to where all you can really make out are just the glowing eyes right now.
Nice. It takes a look at your provisions for the day and offers you a solid 8 gold for the lot because he doesn't know exactly where they came from. And he doesn't know you.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't try to negotiate. I asked him if he'll be willing to make it as equal 10. Just for my time.
Give me a persuasion.
Persuasion's a +1, so I'm gonna re-roll that on the table because I don't want any questions. That is an 8 plus 1 is 9.
I'll give you 9.
Yeah, it's better than what you were gonna offer. I'll take it. So add 9 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then after that, I just kind of walk over to the pub to get a drink.
Same thing you see walking in. There's a little goblin already working on a beer and what looks like it might actually be a raw elk's leg. Might be. It might be cooked too.
It's seasoned.
um,
They passed it over the smoke long enough to give it some flavor.
and some half goblin, half high elf merchants running the pub.
I walk up to one and just ask for their strongest whiskey.
Well, we only got the one, so you'll have to be contented.
Whiskey's whiskey at this point.
We're our own brewery, so you get to drink our whiskey.
Is it a shot or is it an actual drink?
It is an uncomfortably large glass.
So I'd just take a little drink just to sip it and try it.
It's nice. You can tell they put a lot of care into their beverages. I mean, this is what they do all day.
How much?
Just a gold. And that'll buy you for the duration of your stay most times. As long as you don't piss them off.
I'll give them the gold.
I put it in the little box they call a till.
And then I just sit at the bar and continue to drink.
Nice. Ding, ding, ding. That comes up to you, Thomas.
Okay.
You wake up. You're wherever you sleep.
I'm gonna be outside of town.
It's uncomfortably quiet.
Okay. Yeah. I'm outside of town because I'm not exactly liked how I look. So.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Alright, so I'll probably sit in the stoke my little campfire. Scrounge around for something.
And what are you again?
I am a Sadakai, mostly Sadakai, but
Shadowkai.
Shadowkai with tiefling heritage.
yes.
Nice.
So I would probably say I'd give. Is there a river near where we're at?
Yeah, you're right off the coastline. There are two rivers that separate this part of. Because Findresir is a large city-state
Okay.
on a continent. It's got districts, but no clear boundaries.
I'm probably just gonna go to the river, grab some fresh water to make some coffee, wake the fuck up, and probably head into town to get a meal.
You notice there are no birds. If you're sleeping outside of town, that'd be a very noticeable thing.
Didn't hear any birds that woke up.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna be cautious. It's like just distinctly something is off. But I'm just gonna pack up my little camper, put my fire out with water out from the river, grab me a coffee, pour it out, and then head into town. Look for a bar, tavern, breakfast. Yeah, about it.
Nice. Find yourself at the same pub. You see a cloaked individual, a goblin eating an elk's leg and drinking beer, and same patron. A group of smaller, younger patrons have come in and started drinking a little raucously, as younger patrons tend to do.
Kids these days.
Hey, pipe down. It's early yet.
But when I
And
walk
what
in,
of it, old man?
Fling a dart.
Alright, roll the hit.
14.
Yeah, that hits.
4 plus my dex.
It's a brawny minotaur teenager.
5 damage as it pegs him in the forehead. Respect your elders, you little punk.
Just kind of. I mean, that's cute and all. Just drops it.
Walk back over. Pick it up. Walk over. Pick it up. Go back to my elk play.
This particular part of Findresir, there's squabbles like that are pretty common, and the teenagers have figured out to just kind of cute, whatever.
Keep
Most
an
of
eye
them-
on that kid for the rest of the morning.
He's just drinking, having fun.
I'm looking for an excuse.
You'll
That
find
young, he's using mommy and daddy's money in them's pockets.
he is paying for a large share of his party's food.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on that one. Should be easy to note with a little bit of blood trickling down the middle of his forehead from a dart.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I flung a lawn dart at him.
Alright, so describe what you look like when you walk into the tavern.
about 6 foot tall. 6 foot tall. I am gonna be like, people are gonna look at me funny because of my horns. Apparently, the infernal part is just kind of keep myself, have like a black cloak, kind of looks like it's got feathers on the shoulders, and keep my head pretty much covered most of the time, just because people kind of freak out when they see. They look at me funny because of the tone, my skin tone, a weird ashy red with what you can see probably hints of my purple hair.
Yep.
And you can kind of see in the front of my cloak what look like the starter horns as they flow back to fall on my skull. Silver eyes. And a tail. I have a tail.
You'll notice that even though the barkeep does study your face a bit, just because anything in a hood is kind of creepy to a barkeep.
Yeah.
You're a little sus to the barkeep because of the hood. He studies your face a bit, and you find no foul thoughts here. He's half goblin, half high elf, and not gonna judge you.
Walk up to the barkeep, ask what's on the menu for breakfast, basically.
Little bit of everything.
I think I just ordered basically fingers and mash and coffee.
Yep.
Go sit down.
Your plate comes out relatively quickly. They make that just like ready to go.
The bangers and mash, it's standard pub food, yeah.
It's ready to go. It was the first thing prepped. Your food comes out pretty quickly, and Topanga. At
We
least
can be anywhere we want.
within reason.
Yeah.
How many people are at the pub?
Everybody.
Everyone is?
By
Yeah.
the end of it, you'll end up there, but what are you doing as you wake up? Because right now you're in your hidey hole.
Yeah,
what are
wherever you
doing
fell
if
asleep.
you Work your way to
I fell
the pub?
asleep on a body.
Depending
You
on how
ended
good.
someone.
A
Depending
pub
on
is
how-
like a breakfast diner, basically, except for they serve
If
alcohol.
you end up waking up on a body that's good, but depending on how good the night went, that body will be dead or alive.
Yeah.
Or just hogtied. I mean, depending on who.
That's what I'm saying. He could still be alive.
If they're not dead in the morning, it's not a good night.
Yeah.
We need the heat.
I ended up passing out by a tree.
Nice. You'll notice, I guess, as you're like laying against the tree, the bird song is a whole lot quieter than it was last night. And even the bustle you were used to in town is not quite so bustly. So, how are you responding?
I'm hungry. Might as well go grab a bite to eat.
Alright. You find your way through the marketplace. The vendors are also kind of... You'd almost think they were lazy if you didn't know them better. In the pub, you see a group of teenagers, one of them a young minotaur boy, dripping blood down his snout from his forehead. A goblin eating the leg of an elk, which is mostly devoured now. It looks more like the bone of an elk's leg.
Gnawing the cartilage on the ends.
You know, couple of hooded individuals, each consuming their bits. And you'd think they were high elves immediately, but their features give you this goblin-esque essence.
How does it work, though?
Well, you see,
Like scientifically, like there's a massive height difference.
the same way that a gnome and a human can have a baby.
I was gonna say the same way a Dachshund and a Husky could mate. I've heard of it happening. Them
like a
little
Dachshund
male
and a
fuckers are
just-
determined.
Well, either it was a goblin who was a major size queen, or it
I
was...
think there's a fetish involved. This is what it keeps being.
Yeah, some people are into the green thing. I keep telling them they could go fuck a zombie and get a green dick, but...
Right.
It's not the same as getting Shrek'd.
Okay, it's gonna be that kind of morning.
Yep.
It's that kind of morning in the pub, yes.
Yeah. at the bare minimum, the teenagers are making such kinds of jokes. It'd be about this time that the barkeep hangs up the photo of the owner-operators who, little green goblin dude, and tall, gorgeous half-elf or high-elf woman.
He was determined.
See, that way it's easier. I get that. That's easier thing to science to figure out.
Little guy just wanted it.
Scored it well enough that he married it.
Right?
The drugs are involved.
Oh my god.
I
This
love this
jerk's
group.
so weird.
I love this group.
I just like, that's just like, I mean.
Alright.
Drugs were involved.
I
That's all.
question-
She's only around because he knocked her out.
Because of the criminal background, where would the nearest contact point be for my underworld contact?
About 6 blocks from here. There's a pretty healthy black market here.
I'm gonna start writing out, start thinking about what I'm going to go talk to them about because something seems off.
I got a full night's sleep last night without anybody moving the body I was napping on.
Yeah, you did.
And I killed the fucker. I should have been in jail.
Made a lot of noise.
About this time, I need a perception check from everyone.
Uh-oh.
And as you are all drinking and eating, it will be disadvantaged.
Alright.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mother puss bucket. I don't know shit. I rolled an 18 and a 3.
I
Yeah,
got
no.
3 as well, but I have proficient in perception. So I got a 6.
I got a 5.
Help if I can find my top character sheet, but
As whatever's going on is happening.
I don't know. The couch likes to eat things. Oh, there it is.
So as all this
Couch
is
likes to
going
eat
on,
things.
since I scored so terribly, as he picks up the picture
Perception. Right?
and hangs it
Yeah.
up there, look at it to see if there's any vague, distant
And roll it
relation.
again. It's disadvantaged with it for everyone.
Oh, disadvantage.
Gotta look to see if there's any relation. And whether there is or not, I'm gonna raise my glass.
Now there's a goblin after my own heart. He fucked one of the tall ones.
I got a 13 and an 11. So an 11.
And then start counting heads in the tavern to see how many times
Perception
before
check?
announcing it.
Yeah, you have to roll 2 of them though because
There
it's
are
disadvantage because
4
you've been drinking. And you've
clear
been
staff
eating.
who are offspring of those 2.
So you have to roll it twice and then pick the lowest number.
That is lowest number. I just rolled
Guess
again.
that elf really liked eating her greens.
And then add perception.
If you have
It
it.
was 8.
Yeah,
8 plus whatever your perception is. Right?
10.
So 10, 11.
6 and 5.
So I really got the highest.
Yes, you did.
Quite literally.
And I'm drinking on an empty stomach.
You are.
Uh-huh.
You're drinking an uncomfortably large glass of whiskey on an empty stomach.
Which is why I was
They
going to
call me
ask for a
Glass
round
Spout.
of biscuits and gravy for myself.
That comes up pretty quickly too. As you're getting your food, you're making eye contact and just kind of surveying the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You notice a little dash of green slip behind the bar. This greenish bluish color just kind of slips behind the bar, and in its wake is just the smallest hint of, it looks like a black oily substance.
Did you guys see that?
Huh?
There was something back there. And this is not the alcohol talking, I swear to God.
Sure.
Well, look, there's evidence. There's oil back there now. Like an oily like substance. It's black and gooey.
It's a kitchen.
But it wasn't there before.
One of the staff got excited.
Maybe.
Are you going to do anything?
I'm oblivious.
Yeah. No, everyone else saw nothing.
I'm gonna roll an investigation check with a +5.
I
Bonus.
roll your investigation. Are you gonna follow that trail, huh?
Yeah, why not? Oh, fuck you, 9. That's with my +5. 4 + 5 is 9.
You find streaks of this black greasy substance. Do you touch it?
Yeah, I just touch it a little bit and smell it. See if I can get a hint of anything. I don't taste it, but I smell
How
it.
quickly do you clean your hands?
Right away after I smell it.
I don't need an advantaged Constitution save. Wash your hands quickly. You get advantage. And a lower DC.
And that on the floor is a what?
That's a 9.
And this is a 15. And with the con save, that is a dirty 20.
Cool. Your stomach turns a little bit, but otherwise no other effects. Your biscuits and gravy are slightly less appetizing, even though they look delicious.
Does it have a distinct smell of anything that I would
It-
know?
One time when you were first learning to hunt, you accidentally left a rabbit in your bag for like 6 months while you were out hunting on a different trip. You came back and it smells oddly familiar.
Huh. So it's almost like a decaying flesh fat melting.
Yeah.
It smells like death.
Old death. Old rotten death.
So I go back, I sit down, I finish my drink, and I'm like, there's something weird going on. Anybody want to go with me and investigate this? I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
Stop thinking. What's in my mind, because of character reasons, what's the probability of finding anything quote unquote interesting if I follow them?
Quite high. Oh, quite high.
I'm in.
Going back behind the bar.
I'll go.
In?
See,
The
is that a
teenagers
really
clear
bad
out,
idea?
like, nope, I don't want trouble.
I'm cautious.
As the teenagers go, hey, big boy,
What?
come here, I want to ask you something.
No. Proceeds to usher his party outside.
Really? Well, they'll probably
Can I trip him with my tail?
You can try.
Roll to hit.
What would I use as
I would just be like a regular unarmed attack.
14?
14. You nail him right in the shins. Snot in the dirt on the other side of the door.
And this is a wink. I'm gonna look at you and wink. That's it.
I'm gonna bolt for him. It's maybe 15 feet to the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
As he's down face first on the ground, I'm just going to clock him in the back of the head, full force.
Poor kid.
Mouth up to your elders. You know that whole TikTok where people wake up like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. It's all blurry.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna get the full 1-2 punch. Is it advantage since he's on his face?
He's prone and on his face.
With a pissed off goblin on his back.
Uh-huh.
So the first one's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Second one's I rolled a 1 and a natural 20, so the second one crits.
Roll damage.
First one. 4 plus 4 damage as he is gonna try and use the ground as a way to cause his head to become a speed bag. 3 plus 3 is 6. Times 2 is 12.
So that's.
I said show some respect, you little bitch.
Alright, we're gonna start this off as the first. How do you want to do this?
I'm literally just gonna grab both horns and go like this, and then rip them off afterwards, and then proceed to take his pockets.
Well, what's left of him lays in the doorway, and you find.
No, I'll kick that out into the street.
Oh, good. Lays in the street. Nobody's oddly very reactive to this. Like, okay. Well, wonder who he pissed off.
I like him.
You do find 2 platinum and 15 gold.
Okay, going to take one of the platinum pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and as I'm following them back behind the bar, I'm gonna look at the bar for the mess.
Alright.
Here's 100 gold here's 10 gold for the mess I just made of your door.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take the horns?
Yes.
Yes, you do have 2 Minotaur horns now.
Oh, I'm just gonna stash that in. Actually, I'm gonna walk up to you.
Here, you helped.
Hand you a Minotaur horn.
Alright, as you all get behind the bar, how actively are you looking for what this character has told you is going on? How seriously are you taking him?
So I'm looking for a drow snail trail all over the floor. That's what you're telling me.
It's a something.
I'm gonna try and figure this out.
I'm just gonna go sit at the bar and watch them as they're wandering around behind the bar. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do.
How seriously are you taking this investigation?
While we're looking, I'm gonna keep an even closer eye out for any loot.
Right.
Just following everybody, just looking around.
Alright. Advantaged investigation and normal investigation.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. Aye.
For a total of 22.
Alright. That
Investigation.
is what you see 6 of darting around behind the bar, absolutely covered in this shit.
21.
21.
You would also see those. And you, investigation check. How hard are you looking?
Well, I was the one doing the initial investigation.
So yeah, take your advantage. These guys aren't doing much hiding. They also seem to, like, every time they pass each other, they take bites.
How much would I know about them?
You'd know that that's a quick
Oh,
thing in
fuck.
a small Fey type creature.
32 because you got matching.
With advantage, I got a 16 on both, and that's an investigation, so that's a +5 for 21.
Nice. Alright, yeah. No. You see about 6 of these running around, and every time they pass each other or another humanoid, they take just a quick glancing nip. They seem to be in a bit of a fervor.
What language do they speak?
They speak Fey and Common.
Seeing that, just look dudes in the. I think it's time to leave.
You don't want to help them with this?
It's a bunch of rabid quicklings. Do I look like I want to get bit?
You know, you would know that these things tend to live fast and die hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be more of a pain in the ass than I'm willing to deal with one beer and an elk leg into my day.
Yeah, no.
Actually, now that I think about it, look at the proprietor. You know what? You're gonna need this more than me.
I hand them the other platinum piece and the other 15 gold. They were nice to me.
Yup.
You should get out of the building, dear. I'm gonna fix this problem right now.
Alright. As you say that, one of them snaps to attention, looking you right in the eyes, and you can tell there is nothing there.
Oh, that's not good.
There's nothing. Roll initiative. Everybody who's getting in on it.
Alright.
If you're bailing, bail now. If you're staying...
22.
Alright.
You sticking
You
around
don't
or
want
you
to-
gonna run?
I'm just sitting at the bar drinking my here. I'm
You
just-
might want to leave the building.
What check was it?
It's an initiative.
Initiative, it's a dexterity save.
Okay.
Plus 2.
14.
At this point, can I see that what's going on with him? I noticed that one of them stops and is eyeballing him.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Alright. I need to roll quick.
I don't know.
Run.
I'm not curious how this is gonna play out.
Alright. Your turn first.
Alright. So I'm gonna glance at them using my free action.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
You're gonna walk. I'm going to use my movement to run past as many tables as I can and grab the oil lamps.
Alright.
Then I'm going to throw them all lit behind the bar and dash out the door.
As those go past my face because he's throwing them literally at me, I'm gonna dive for the door because he literally threw them at me.
Well, no, I'm not trying to hit you. I'm actually
I'm
aiming
sitting
for
at
the
the bar.
Yeah, and I'm
So
aiming
they're
for the other
coming
side
at-
of the bar.
They're coming at me. I just see him whip it. I just dive for the door.
Purposely trying to break high-end liquor bottles with the oil lamps when I do it.
Alright.
You know, 2 kinds of highly flammable liquids are better than one.
Roll the hit.
A wall.
Yeah. I mean, the DC's a little higher because you're trying to hit a specific part of the wall.
Okay, so 13.
That's good.
What's the damage on a handful of oil lamps? And do you want me to make a strength check?
Yes, and if your strength check comes back above a 15, roll 66. 4 if not.
At 15.
Alright, 66.
Oh my god. I warned them. I told them, run. You need to get out of the building. Now they're gonna tell me I'm a bad guy. 9, 11, 14. 14 and 12 is 26. .26 damage in an area of effect of flaming what the fuck.
Alright.
The proprietors did get out of the building when they were told, right?
Yes.
They were nice.
So this went from a murder to arson. Real deal, but we went from like, hey, we went from one felony to multiple.
The back of the bar erupts in flames. Just. And you do hear the shrieking of 2 of the quicklings being quickly expelled from this realm of existence.
And probably the next.
Probably. And that brings us to.
I'm out in the street at this point.
Or no, ding ding ding. Nope, ding ding ding. I was right the first time.
So my turn?
Yep. You watch this happen. You see the other 4 have darted a little further than where the flames are catching.
Other 4 who? Them?
Quicklings.
Yeah, the other 4 little creatures, 2 of them are dead.
And I don't have any magic as of yet, do I?
Not quite yet.
I have to wait for us to... God damn it.
You know, crossbow though.
I do have a crossbow, but I can kill one of them with that. Does that help the other 3? Screw it, I shoot them with the light crossbow.
Alright, roll to hit.
I did set a fire with accelerant in the building.
Oh, you know.
I'm out in the street at this point,
16
probably
plus
standing on Homeboy.
Dex,
Jumping up.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So flat 16.
That hits. Roll damage.
Which is 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Seven.
Alright. It takes the... Like, you solidly slice into its shoulder. And it turns and you catch the same look. There is nothing there. What you would know of quicklings, having gotten a good look and your rolls are all high enough, these guys literally usually look like they are always up to something. They have that spark of mischief in their eyes. And these ones got nothing.
Like they're being controlled?
Maybe.
It's possible.
But you have its undivided attention. Alright, and your turn. What is your character doing?
Building's on fire. Somebody just shot another one.
You running?
The goblin went out the door right after they set the building on fire.
I'll run outside.
Bye!
Everybody's like, fuck you, dude. You started this shit. You finished this shit.
Alright, I guess that brings us back around to you. Or no, it's their turn. It is their turn. And you are on that side of the flames because you had a clear enough shot to knock a disadvantage.
Okay, can I do my bonus action to
Yes,
taunt?
thank you.
To taunt them?
Go for it.
Oh, bring it on, motherfucker!
And the first show of any modicum of emotion flashes across this one's looking into his face, and you just see the curling of a lip.
Ooh.
Alright. Here we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Before you know, this thing has fucking vanished and rematerialized right at your feet.
It's gonna bite him in the no-no spots.
Let's see. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh,
I'm the only one there.
I know, but like that was a good AC.
the rest of us saw that shit and fuck this shit. I'm out.
I only did that because you threw shit at my head.
Your head just happened to be between the bar that I was aiming at
Nope.
and the lantern. It had nothing to do with you.
I know. That's why I didn't like. It was like, oh, I see where this is going now.
Does
Nope.
a 17 hit?
Yeah.
You're gonna burn
Okay.
the building down.
I'm gonna die. This was fun. I'm gonna die.
Are you
You
still
take
in
28
there?
points of piercing damage as this thing stabs you. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Fuck, I have 11 hit points, so I'm like dead twice. Almost 3
You're
times.
challenge rating one creature.
Well, I did.
It is me.
Uh-huh.
They just stabbed me and killed me with whatever
I'll give you a Constitution save to make it out of the bar before you hit the dirt. The effects of bleed.
Constitution saving throw? Good, that's a +5. You better work, you fucking bitch.
We'll call it a death save.
10.
That works. You make it out the door before you hit your knees and just kind of thump up.
Oh man,
This was a
poor
bad
guy.
decision.
I should have just ate my food. I should have just minded my own
Should've
business.
ran.
Right.
I'm thinking that right as, or I say that right as I pass out. I'm just like.
You wake up to the barkeep dumping a red liquid literally down your throat.
Should have minded my own business. Fuck this shit.
And you regain 10 hit points.
Oh yay! So I'm back up to almost full hit points again.
Yay!
Where did my fucking go?
I should have just minded my own business. Oh my god!
I'm just gonna swing the door shut. the bar.
Do you tell the people outside what just happened to you?
Do not go in there. Fuck those little motherfuckers.
They get 3 dagger attacks.
Dude, who the fuck are you?
It rolled a 9, an 18, and an 11 with a +8 to hit.
My AC is a 14.
Yup. Look at that. That's the only little thing that they get.
Fucking
3
little
attacks
bitches.
at 1d4.
Uh-huh.
Fucking
1d4
little-
plus 6.
Fucking little shits.
4, 4, 2. 28 hit points of damage. I wasn't expecting to just annihilate you in 1 turn.
Shit.
So you're shutting the door on the thing.
I'm not
The
letting anyone
help
fuck
faction
out.
could use the magic that I think I have.
Also, now that you're out, are you inspecting your injuries?
Yeah, probably. Just to see what the hell happened. Where'd I get hit?
Bing, bing, bing.
In the knees?
Got kneecap.
Tried
took
to
a
fucking
dagger to the-
cripple me? What the fuck?
Boom, boom, boom.
I feel it's freaking boom, boom, boom.
No, this little thing was boosh, boosh, boosh.
Tried to fucking cripple me, man. That's
Right.
like bullshit.
I used to be an adventurer, then I took a dagger to the knee 3 times.
Do you want to be stabbed one more time? Just for the shits and giggles and everything?
God damn.
Well, you guys could go back in and try to deal with the rest of them.
Fuck that. Let the fire have them.
Walk over. Where are we in the initiative anyway?
It would be your turn technically.
So I'm gonna walk over and pull the door the rest of the way shut. Take the crowbar out of my bag and use it to bar the door. I'm going to shut the shutters to the tavern because the outer wooden shutters would be my guess. Bar those as well. Then pull the lamp oil out of my bag, pour it all over the front of the building, and tinderbox it.
It goes up, no problem. And your day has started with watching the burning of a local pub. Luckily, there's another one across the street.
Yes, but as we're outside in the
Kick the Minotaur in the face for good measure at the end of my turn. He's still in the street.
are there any like local constabulary showing up?
There are 2 what you would recognize to be city guard that don't seem seasoned. These are green. And they're just, what the fuck happened here?
Well, officer.
He tripped and fell and knocked over a lamp. I'm gonna point at the Minotaur on the ground.
Roll deception.
I mean, I've got one of his horns hanging from my belt.
I put mine in the bag so he can't see mine.
That's the only reason you're not disadvantaged.
I'm not even gonna try.
12.
You fail.
Alright, so officer, let me explain this to you. There I was, having a nice leg of elk, right? I was drinking my pint of morning ale. Poor bastard who tried to mug me last night paid for it. It was nice. These punk-ass kids come in, start raising all kinds of a ruckus way too early in the morning. You know how they are. They're young, dumb, and full of cum. And ain't smart enough to go find a brothel like an adult. Next thing I knows, these 6 little fuckers come running through all covered in something that made them look like they'd been bathing in a drow snail trail. Made his stomach turn when he touched some of the stuff. I don't know why he would want to sniff that. I mean, I'm a goblin, but even I have standards. And next thing I know, they're like weird. Like the lights were on, but nobody was home. So
They They came after the Minotaur.
On their way in, they tripped the Minotaur. He fell.
And why do you have one of his horns?
Well, because he'd been running his mouth and I'm a goblin. What do you want?
This young cadet's... Yeah.
I mean, you'll also find that the indent on the back of his head matches my knuckles for similar reasons.
So you brained a kid.
Yeah. But those things were like attacking patrons. I mean, look at this guy over here. See those knees? We're gonna have to get him to a healer.
That
You mean an
poor son of a
herbalist?
bitch.
No, we need clergy. Then it's 3 dagger wounds all the way through, and that weakling's gonna bleed out if we don't get him there soon. So, in a fit of desperation, because I'm little and 6 on 1 ain't right, I scoops up all the lanterns. Tell everybody to clear the building, because I'm not trying to kill any innocent bystanders. Minus the Minotaur kid. And I flings them at the back of the bar at the bottles. 2 of the little fuckers catch fire. He decides to stay and fight. These 2 are smart enough to run.
I get practically crippled.
What happened to you?
Little fucker stabbed me 3 times in the kneecap, tried to take me out. I had to fucking fuck that little
Barely
baby.
he fell through the door. That's why it's barred with me crowbar right now.
But we had
And
the
it's covered in
choice.
burning because I took the last
kill
of my
the
lamp oil,
fucker,
which I would
we
appreciate
didn't.
the city reimbursing
Bye.
me before some sort of an epidemic caused by quicklings happens. And
Perception check.
perception?
Just as you say that, 3 more dart down the street between your legs.
Okay. Don't worry with us, officer. That's a bigger threat.
Looks at the little pools of oil running along and the inferno running next to him. So you're saying those caused that?
Yes.
They're a bigger problem
Yes.
than the goblin who burned down an establishment.
Absolutely, because it's better me doing that than them killing a bunch of people, and at least I paid the owner.
And why would you believe there'd be an epidemic?
Have you ever had cockroaches before? Once you get one of them fuckers, you gotta can't get rid of them. Then
Thank
you have to do
you.
it yourself.
Thank you.
Then you
Somebody
have to-
else gets it.
Then you torture
You ever had an
hell.
infestation of quicklings in your basement?
You're basically an exterminator, but you're also ending that whole
Yes.
situation.
Have you ever had an infestation in your basement? Now imagine if the lights were on, no one was home, and they were malicious like these ones.
And they were in everybody's face.
Would you rather that or an arsonist, murderous goblin? Which one's the bigger threat? I'm one, they're many. And they went that way, and they moved faster than me.
Now imagine them in everybody's face.
Okay, bonus action, disengage, and I'm gonna dip up an alley.
As you dip up an alley, you see hundreds of little black footprints.
Okay, now I'm going to use my movement to parkour my happy ass to the rooftops off the streets.
The rooftops are nice and clear.
Grab my rope.
Mhm.
Whistle? Like, I'm actually going to use a morning bird's whistle. Since there have been no birds all morning long, hoping somebody's smart enough to catch it. And I'm going to, from like back an alley at the end, before you get to where it was possible you'd hit the quicklings, I'm going to drop a 50-foot rope down. So they don't have to up the walls.
Yep.
Oh, I couldn't if I tried. I have no athletics.
You've been kneecapped.
I have no acrobatics.
It's alright, darling. We'll tie you to the bottom of the rope and haul you up like luggage.
You know, on horror flicks, when like there's the one person like, let's get the fuck out of Dodge, and there's the other guy who just looks at him and goes, okay, and follows.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much what I did. I'm like,
Fine.
this is gonna be entertaining or not, but I'm gonna see how much he's gonna burn. How much this he's gonna burn the ground. How much in the ball matter? Pure sheer curiosity of like, and I might help him, but I don't know yet.
Hey, Gimp,
Throw you
where the
down
hell
there.
are you?
Don't worry about it.
So we done dipped up an alleyway, and you all would hear a bird call.
You hear the bird call. You know it's the only bird call you've heard all morning.
What'd the guard do?
The guard decided that maybe the goblin might be onto something.
Not to mention the bonus action disengage and bolt thing kind of screwed him. Because it
Yeah.
gives me 15 feet of movement before my movement starts.
He's just okay. Goes chasing after little oil-covered miscreants.
Can we see the guards from where we're at on the top of the roof?
You can. And you can also tell that these little shits just keep vanishing.
And I'm looking over the roof and just watching the streets that I can see.
It looks like them trying to herd cats.
I know, but like, do I notice a pattern or anything unique about the way that they're moving?
The guards are the quicklings.
Quickly.
Quicklings, you would notice that they are quicklings are pretty mischievous and kind of chaos as is, but this is oddly disorganized chaos. Quicklings are known for scheming. They plot as they run. And
Do I know? Are they packing up or are they staying pretty independent?
they're pretty independent, actually. For a
So-
pack creature, they don't really seem to have any cohesion.
At least they can't use tactics of the pack with this problem.
Unless they are actively being attacked, they actually seem to just kind of ignore each other and are almost just darting from place to place, taking nips at ankles as they run by.
Are there
Is there
any?
a way to call them? To like, like raptors have that call where they like call themselves back to each other. Anything like that we could do to see if they go.
They would be Arcana, so give me an Arcana check.
It's a fake creature, right?
Ooh, not
Would I have basic knowledge of their diet?
Yeah, you know that they eat Greek lotus.
Sweet things.
Yes.
I got a 19.
19? Alright. You would know that these things communicate particularly in a distinctive high-pitched shriek.
Which we're not hearing.
No, you're not. They're moving surprisingly quietly.
With my roll, would I be able to mimic it?
That would be a performance. You know what it sounds like, but you need to perform to mimic it.
Oh my god. Where's
There,
the nearest
21.
patisserie?
21.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
Alright. You successfully mimic it. And you hear a hush. You thought it was quiet. But suddenly it feels like it got quieter.
Do I notice any change in any of them?
Yeah, they all stopped moving.
I'm literally just gonna do this.
We need to go find the bakery.
Can we see that from here?
Uh-huh. It's a nice little cobblestone building.
What's the
How
outside?
many roofs are between us and them?
4.
Can we jump them?
Easily.
Look at the
Maybe
other.
you can.
Look at the other two. Are you all up here or are you on the ground?
I thought you guys were pulling me up like a goddamn dumpster child.
Yes, we did do that. So they're on the roof with us.
Alright, so that bakery is where all the sweet things are, right? So that patisserie is going to be the #1 place when they get hungry. All that running around's gonna do something.
Is there a hardware store or you know, this is you know what's reminded you of? Tremors.
Except these things can climb.
Very
Don't
quickly.
ruin. You're ruining it. Is there a hardware store near the bakery, or on the way to the bakery?
No.
What building rooftops will we be jumping onto as we get there?
There's an antiquarian, a bookshop, it looks like it might have almost been like an armory, but like literally just leather and a little bit of scale armor, and then the bakery.
Where's the port from where we are?
About 12 blocks that way.
In the opposite direction?
As you're going.
Not the same direction.
Alright, we need a boat. It's really hard to be pissed off covered in water.
Are there any apothecaries along the way?
Investigation. I'll give you advantage because you're looking.
Spitting some dirt and staunch the wound with mud.
And that's investigation, right? Or perception?
Do the bookstore have that
Investigation plus 5, so
In the lamps.
18.
18?
I already not so much.
You passed your
Most
constitution
stores,
save
yes.
earlier, so as you feel another
Alchemist
pang
shops would have things
churning
like
in your
alchemist
stomach
fire,
and
which works better.
the
Yeah,
the
I
softest
know,
boiling of rage in the
It's
back
easy,
of
just
your
throw it in the
head.
shutters. You know.
You see the apothecary. It's clear. It's right next to the bakery. But the two owners who you've done business with before are trying to murder each other.
And I'm feeling this
Yeah, like a
rage.
bookstore with
Just
the
a soft
stuff that
rage.
really
It's not
puts a
quite like
light.
an urge to act on anything, but it's just that like you're almost like the beginning of rage where you're just
That
a
especially-
sharp annoyance.
Does it get worse the closer we get to the apothecary?
No. No, you're alright. You passed your con save.
As we get to, I'm going to start heading towards the bakery by jumping roofs.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the bookstore one, like people like to read books at night. Would there be any type? There'd be lamps or anything like that in this particular building?
Yeah, there's plenty of lamps.
Do I hear anybody in the store? Or I notice anything? I'm fixing to come in through the roof.
You don't hear anything.
I'm gonna literally just take my tomahawk and cut a hole in the roof because I'm not trying to go down to the floor level. You go in there and collect any lamps or.
There
lamp
are
oil.
4 lamps in the room that you land in. 2 on sticks, 2 on walls. The kind
Oh,
of
is
stick
that-
you just kind of hold up next to yourself to hover a light over a book.
But the ones on the wall, are they mounted like part of the wall?
Yeah, they are part of the wall.
Yeah.
Would I know this to be continuous with like the architecture in the city?
Yeah, generally.
House fires could be deadly because of that.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab the 2 that I can carry and go back up onto the roof.
Alright, they are on 6-foot sticks.
Okay.
Cool.
That gives us like a lighted spear.
For 1 toss each.
And it's back around to you. Oh yeah, Topanga. It's your turn. What are you doing?
We're continuing the adventure. Okay. Where's everybody going?
You're watching me and the goblin just take a pot roofs, and we
Yeah.
take a pit stop.
You're
at the
running
library.
towards a bakery. This one drops for a pit stop inside of a bookshop.
Comes out with some gas.
And I'm asking them to take me to the damn apothecary so I can get a healing potion.
Am I strong enough to carry him?
Oh yeah.
Well, I got no knees. I can't walk.
No, I mean,
To be fair, with 10 hit points restored, you do have knees. They just
They might be backwards.
they hurt.
It hurt
A lot.
You technically can move again. You're still fine. It healed.
Yup.
It doesn't mean that the pain completely subsided.
Yup. You're still feeling the effects of having been kneecapped by a little speed demon.
So pretty much it feels like I got a baseball bat to the knees
Yeah.
instead of an actual dagger.
Uh-huh.
Correct. You can walk. It just sucks.
I'd say it more feels like something like the Minotaur kid clacked your knees together.
Fucking little shit.
Oh,
While we're going this way, I'm gonna keep the call I'm doing, but make it sound like it's far away, so they can't like pinpoint where we're at.
I'm gonna need another performance. Trying to make it sound far away.
A 10.
Occasionally it sounds far away.
Okay.
But you do hear a very slight murmur of little feet.
where would be the nearest mage's supply shop?
It'd be the same building as the apothecary, and you would know these owners. You've seen them plenty of times as you come through this way. They are all out trying to murder each other, with little black bite marks on their heels.
Right, so them critters bite you, you go ape shit crazy. These guys practically wanted to fuck last week. I got an idea.
Alright, I'm gonna try going through the roof of the apothecary.
All right.
I'm assuming since they're outside they would have barred their door and not opened up yet.
Oh no! Door's wide open, kind of hanging a little bit ajar on the hinge.
Like they were open, it just got attacked or something.
Alright, what would I know about things that repel?
Give me a medicine check.
The answer's no. 6.
Did you ask that question out loud?
You would know that sage is something that fey creatures find particularly foul scented.
So purifying herbs.
Mm. You once tried to put sage in a stew that you made for a fey friend, and they were absolutely abhorred by the scent of it.
Alright. So, going to look around through for flammable things.
There's plenty of flammable things in here. It's
And-
almost jammed full of dried herbs.
Looking for liquid flammable? Liquid flammable?
Liquid flammable things. Bottles, flasks, specifically lamp oil, alchemist's fire,
You do find alchemist's fire, and in fact, quite a lot of it.
and tinder twigs.
Those exist here too.
Tinder twig is the D&D version of a match with a longer burn time.
Uh-huh.
I'll follow him. I'm gonna go down with it. I'm gonna jump down in there with him.
Uh-huh.
You find what you're looking for?
Oh yeah.
Then we
I'll
can
take 3 of these and 3 of these.
Oh yeah, and while they're all out fighting and there's nobody watching, I'm gonna look for the safe.
The safe is, oddly enough, also wide open. It's like they just dropped everything to try to kill each other.
It's in the safe right now.
About 12 platinum.
Scoop those. Hand you have. Shh.
I'm gonna look for any bags that look like they can hold more than they should.
Are you looking specifically for bags of holding?
Well, I'm trying to look for a bag we can shove as much stuff as we need into.
I mean,
That would be a bag
There's-
of holding.
But yes, yeah.
there's flannel bags, and give me an investigation check.
Nat 20!
You find 3 of them in the back stock room.
I grab 2 for myself and I give him 1.
Nice.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That was a
I will
request.
cherish. I
only
will
item.
cherish this always.
No, let's build him the fuck up.
Alright. So, I'm going to look specifically for potions of greater restoration now that I have a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a healer's shop, and the healer's trying to kill the guy next door at the bakery. So,
You would find that nothing like that exists. Magic?
protection from good and evil.
No,
Potions?
magic doesn't exist here.
So there's no potions.
You've known that for a while, that while there's healing brews that will make your wounds close up pretty quickly, other than that, there's really nothing.
All right.
Stock up on as many of the healing brews as possible.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of them. It's an easy
Grab as
brew
many
make.
tender twigs as I can carry. I'm stuffing this all into the bag of holding.
Nice.
You'll have to give me numbers later.
I will. I would say 3 to 7 of each. So 1d6 plus 1 on everything. And I'll let you roll that. So it doesn't feel like favoritism.
Right. Well, 6 plus 1 is 7 on the flammable liquids, so that'd be like
Nice.
your Greek fire or your alchemist fire. Another 6,
Nice.
that would be the greater healing,
Or the bruise.
the healing brew. 3 on the next set of healing brews, next level.
Yep.
Another 6 for 7 of herb packets, medical kit type shit.
Yep.
That's all I was looking for.
Cool. You did pretty well then.
Very well. I have enough alchemist fire to burn the city to the ground now.
I'm gonna grab some of the alchemist fire, the tinder twigs. Anything. Do you have like lidocaine or like cocaine concoctions?
You wouldn't recognize coca leaves and eucalyptus and mint as astringents, I think is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Grab some of that. So grab handfuls of that stuff, and then in here, do I find anything that looks like they keep dangerous reptiles or anything they would milk for venoms?
There is a bolted door at the back. You hear a body hit the ground.
Turn around, look out the window.
Well,
Let's see.
one of the alchemists outside just won the fight.
Is he
Is there any
coming?
acid around?
Quite a bit. They make all sorts of fun shit in here.
Pour the acid on the bottom of the door into the bottle and snag as much of the rest as you can. Sounds like we need to bail.
Shits and giggles, I'm gonna throw one at the locked room in the back. As I bolt up the rope.
You hear the bolted, reinforced door just kind of creak open and then fall off its hinges. It was bolted, but not locked.
So I'd literally be like, is anything coming out of it?
No.
What's on the other side of the door when we look in?
You see several small glass enclosures.
What's in them?
Critters. Including, you can see a quickling in a glass box.
Does it look like the ones outside?
No.
Are they naturally hostile?
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Actually, one of the things you would know is they tend to be more mischief over murder.
I'm gonna reach into. Do I find while we're rummaging through this? Do we find any kind of breakfast like pastry?
You're not in the bakery,
No, like the guys eating breakfast at work.
no. No. They ate at the bakery.
Any bottles of venom on the shelves?
3 of them.
Are they labeled?
Partially labeled.
Okay, you're gonna have to write down what part of those, what's on those labels at
Uh-huh.
some point then.
I'll have that to you by tomorrow afternoon.
And yeah, I'd say it's time to get out of here.
I'm gonna grab it quickly.
You can hear it squeaking at you.
I'm like, you're the last you're a guy, behave yourself. And I'm like,
It
you'll see.
starts gush, 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 gush on the glass.
I'll literally like, when we get up on the roof, I'm gonna like, put it on the edge and let it like watch what's going on.
It looks abjectly horrified because, come on, we're better than this.
Is he making any noises?
Oh yeah, he's squawking furiously.
Is anything happening?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, its friends are coming. Friends and relatives and ilk.
I'm gonna jump over to the bakery and like, as quickly as I can, literally tie a rope around this thing and drop, like, not quickly, like put him in the bakery, but like lower him as fast as I can so he's like on the ground. And I want to see what literally comes in and drop the rope. I'm not keeping the fucking thing.
The glass shatters and the quicklings nip at him and then leave him alone.
That was it.
Yeah. He gets a solid black bite mark on his shoulder.
Is he still squawking and trying to kill him, or is he? Can we distinctly watch how fast it's causing him to turn?
Uh-huh. And almost as soon as he's bitten, his eyes gloss over. The mischievous grin, kind of permanently glued on these things' faces, just drops.
Experiments over. Drop the alchemist fire in the hole and warn.
You would hear several shrieks and see several sets of black footprints as the things that are now running faster than you can physically see them escape.
Honest question. Did the flower particles catch fire?
So there's another building on fire.
Oh, the window's blown out.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna look. That was rather fast, but the humanoids tend to turn not as quickly.
I think it has to do with how well you sustain. I mean, a friend over there got bitten. I don't have the urge to stick a dagger in his face yet.
But you didn't get bitten. He got bitten. How is he behaving?
Have you healed yet?
He seems annoyed at best. You
Yeah,
would
you go right
notice.
over there.
You would notice the little black circles around where he'd been stabbed.
Are they growing, or is it like spiraling?
No, actually, it seems like it's stable.
I'm just trying to assess because that thing turned almost instantaneously.
Hitting that one, it's Constitution.
Yeah.
So it just nothing left.
So, let's get ourselves out of town. What do you three say?
Yes, we'll stay on the roofs for now.
But
Just for as long as we can. As long as we possibly can. Oh, did we find anything to give him? By the way, when we remember,
Oh yeah, you found several little healing brews.
hand him one.
Right, and which one of you guys have magic at level 1?
I would. A warlock.
Alright,
I'm not an artificer.
both of you pick one of your, do you both have cantrips?
Yep.
Cool. Both of you pick a cantrip, and it happens. You've each gotten collectively over 800 XP at this point. Your bodies just kind of wake up, and a cantrip goes off.
And mine's most likely gonna be create bonfire because I don't know how to. So that means back the fuck up, people, because you might burn.
Any cantrips?
Yeah, just pick one.
I have firebolt.
Oh god, yeah.
Create bonfire and firebolt just land. I would say they land in the exact same spot. Because you're like trying to stretch out and like trying to feel if anything's going weird with you. Boosh, boosh. I'm gonna say y'all ended up safe. Nobody took any damage.
I'm Fey-blooded, so not gonna have that much of a reaction.
Yeah, that's fine. It managed to hit the square foot region that nobody was standing in.
Not even any of them little fuckers.
I'd say you got 2 of them. One of them runs out bleeding, and it is a weird. It looks like it's bleeding a yellow gold starshine color.
I don't want to say it out loud, so it's only for you, but this is why I chose that cantrip, because this is the only other cantrip I know is at the very top.
Yeah.
How do you find a wizard's cantrip?
No, create bonfire is great.
Wizards or warlocks?
And you
It's
just kind of
like-
doing the same thing, like
beginning of a
stretching
spell.
and
Section.
oh.
Yeah,
Exactly.
with that cantrip
Like,
there,
well,
it's like,
those are
create bonfire is gonna work best because I wouldn't know what I'm doing. It'd just be like randomly I'm blowing fire out of my hands and creating a
The warlock's
bonfire.
spell.
What did I sit there like spitting fire?
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
And I'd like you to narrate your reaction.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna use the cantrips going off to go to bio break.
Perfect.
Yeah, because then they have time to do their research.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because mine's just martial arts and unarmored,
Yep.
so I don't gain anything from this.
So if I'm looking at level 0 cantrips or level
Yeah, level 0 would be cantrips. You get to pick one of yours.
Oh, Ian, which one?
Whatever one you want to use on your spell
Okay,
list.
considering that you're a warlock, I highly recommend Eldritch Blast as being your first cantrip because
So Eldritch Blast, create bonfire, and firebolt.
There's a hole in the ground now.
There's a crater.
Wow, you all are amazing. Let me tell you what.
yes, honey, you can have a piece of potato chips.
Congratulations, welcome to level 1.
You're incredible. You know that?
There's no need to be facetious, Grace.
I don't have gold.
I just realized I'm an asshole. I have a house in Kistar and we've been renting a space.
Welcome back to the Insanities. That is the channel known as By the Dice.
Hello.
And I cast Wish for install.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9?
Well, one of them's a relatively perpetuously postulous pixie. Normally they're like, oh, they come from the Outlands. Now this guy came from the fracking city. He's from the hood.
I've got 3 days to do tomorrow. I'll give you something to do.
Freddie, please tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great personal peril? What else would you call that?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he wasn't told. That's the idiot that lives here. You watch as the dragon kind of hops up. Excuse me, idiot. I'm smarter than you. And barbarian? They just don't care. Damn, exactly. We have to play like John's the DM. Lose to that tiny little goblin. It's pretty bad. Like barbarian.
Well, as we were watching that bakery blaze, I'm actively trying to like pick the roofs that I go to as we go towards the fort. Like looking for cash house, any form of like pawn shop, and a blacksmith.
All of those will be right there at the port.
On our way to the port, as we're jumping rooftops, I'm going to hand each of them 2 Greek fire bottles.
I need you to throw these into the alleys so that things don't swarm past on our route.
So we're literally burning down the city.
They're pretty much.
We're getting out of here alive. Anybody dumb enough to stick around deserves what they get.
We're basically putting a wall of fire between us and those
Okay.
shits.
The ship in the port is massive. From your perspective, it is just a sheer wall of wood with an entry point.
Military design or
No.
cargo design?
No, everybody give me a history check. It comes here frequently enough.
You got proficient in that. Let me see. History. No, but you haven't.
I don't know shit. 4. With my bonuses.
Yeah.
17.
You know more than me, friend.
You would know that this is a city on a boat.
Oh, like a cruise ship.
Kinda.
Also 17.
But also a whole city. With taverns and blacksmiths and all sorts of things.
Well, punished.
Before we get to this shit,
History.
we're looting people's fucking tills.
That's what I said. We're looking for a
17.
cash house,
Yeah.
pawn
So we
shop,
all
and
literally
blacksmith.
roll a 14.
Yeah.
You see, all three, very near the port, because those are the kinds of things that
How far from view of the port is the cash house?
actually just right there off the docks.
So I
What's
don't know if
going
you
on
heard that,
outside?
but on the history check, we
Nothing currently. Actually, this space seems oddly abandoned. The boat, you can hear people on the boat, and the door hasn't been let down yet. But other than that, everything on the shore side is quiet.
So there's blacksmith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting that one first.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for climbing hooks and pitons.
You find 4 of each.
Do you find any unique weapons?
Show me what you want.
In particular, I'm looking for, because I basically am carrying, like I have like daggers and a tomahawk, like basically running around like an Indian basically.
Mm.
But I'm looking for like some tomahawks that just something about them isn't just normal, and like maybe like a short sword.
So, while he's doing that, I'm wondering, is there anything that I could take my quarterstaff to get imbued with some like designs, gems, beads?
Technically, you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking particularly for tomahawk and a unique crossbow or light crossbow.
You find a crossbow, a light crossbow, and a quiver of bolts hanging from one of the walls, and the tag on it, it's like a non-commerce area. This hasn't put on the shelf, hasn't been put on the shelves yet, and it just has the tag just has a big question mark on
I'm grabbing it.
it. I'm taking that.
Alright. While
It's
he's
saucy.
looting weapons, what are you guys doing first of all?
So, as we're sitting in front of the ship, I'm kind of hunched over because I still have the infection in the thing on my side from when I got stabbed. And
Yeah.
I'm holding my side in pain, and all of a sudden my hands start glowing, and I cast Cure Wounds at level 1 on myself.
Cool. Roll your healing.
Alright.
That's my.
That's one.
Are we? What
Yep.
are you doing?
What are you doing, Topanga?
We're pillaging. We're currently in the blacksmith shop. You know why I'm grabbing climbing hooks, right?
I figured that out before.
Like, I mean, in character, you'd hear, you know why I'm grabbing the climbing hooks, right? We can't let them open that door.
We need to investigate and see if it's not on the boat first before we.
You didn't see any black footprints leading up to the boat yet.
And we've got a wall of fire between us and them that should burn for about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only ship in the port?
Uh-huh. It's the only one there's room for currently.
No. Can't be in the boat just in case.
I mean, that boat's
So
a
it's
bit
1d8
big.
plus my spell casting ability modifier, which would be my intelligence modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1d8
Plus your proficiency.
plus my intelligence modifier, which would be my intelligence plus proficiency,
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
which would be plus 5. So 8
13.
plus
13.
5 is 13. 13
Okay.
hit points, which I was only down by 1, but it was still infecting me, so it
Nice.
should help that.
What's your? What,
The wounds are completely healed. There are 3 little black circles on your legs.
Still?
Hmm. There's no wound. Just
Where are
little
the
black
black
circles.
She's just being friendly and investigating cups.
And what do the black circles mean? Am I infected still?
You are still in contact with the oil that was on the quicklings.
So literally.
Cure Wounds is not a cleansing spell.
So just washing it off would help.
Yeah, you want to get it off your skin.
So, what's
To be fair, like, tipping your
So-
this one doing?
Yeah, Topanga, what are you doing?
What kind of weapons do you carry currently? I don't know, whatever your character is.
I have darts and spears and a couple shields. And light armor.
Kind of later.
Well, the armor wouldn't matter. We're in a weapons shop, but she could look for something that
Yeah, but what kind of
upgrade your weapons with.
studded armor, leather armor.
Are you looting or are you sitting in front of the boat?
Just get Chris's boat.
Yeah, he's in front of the boat healing himself right now, so.
Yup.
Don't blame him.
Oh, wow. I am less wounded. This is good.
Right?
Nah, I'm pretty much just gonna wait by the boat.
Alright. Just pretty blasé, just camped out by the boat.
I'm going to look for the rare metal stock for filigrees and things like that in the blacksmith shop.
Alright, give me an investigation.
Dirty 20?
Okay. You find 4 bars. Me.
So,
Ingots?
3-pound bars of.
Yeah, 3-pound bars of adamantine. You find 5 3-pound bars of Ethereum.
Hold on, I got it right.
Yep.
So that's
3 animite type.
Yeah,
4
three.
3-pound bars of adamantine. 5 3-pound bars of Ethereum. 14 3-pound bars of astral copper. And 9 3-pound bars of labeled question mark.
Damn, where can you go? I need this shit. I'm the artificer. I can turn that into a lot of shit.
Is there any more weapons?
Blacksmith.
Is there any more
Damn.
question mark tagged items in
There
there?
are a
feel
lot of
myself.
things here tagged question mark.
Scoop as many as possible and stuff them in the bags.
I'm looking for anything as a warlock that I might be able to use in the future,
Is that your plate?
and anything a rogue might be able to use,
Out of there.
and like thieves'
I haven't
tools.
told you, bitch.
Most of the things labeled question mark are either single arrows or daggers. There is
Arrows
one
or bolts?
arrows. There's one set of bolts that's got a question mark on it.
Which I already got, right?
And they are iridescent tips.
I'm gonna grab all the question mark bolts and put them in a quiver.
Nice.
As many quivers as they fit in. And do I find any thieves' tools? Picks?
You find 2.
I have a set.
So do I. I also got Tinker's tools and a Dungeoneer's pack.
I just need a standard short bow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to grab as many question marked arrows as possible. We can discuss what they do at a later date.
Mm-hmm. You'll find out what they do at a later date.
Yep, I'm just going to grab
Is that
the
for
arrows.
you grabbed a bow, you said?
Short bow.
Is
Standard.
there any armor?
Well then I'll just
There is one set.
Because I
Of
wanted
medium
to join
armor
them
and
after
one
I
set
healed
of-
myself.
There's one set of medium armor and one set of light armor that are both labeled question mark. The rest are standard height or scale.
What is the medium armor made out of?
You
Is
don't
it-
know.
It's not. Is it? What's it styled after? Scale mail
It
style.
looks like scale mail, but
I take it.
the moment you touch it, it almost vanishes through your hands.
I put it on and see what happens.
You feel like you're wearing nothing.
And can you see it still?
You can see it. It was quite difficult to get on because it kept trying to fall through you.
How many quivers of bolts arrows did I acquire?
You got 4 quivers of arrows, and so did you.
Okay.
This was the blacksmith that was smart enough to set up by the shore. They keep a lot of shit here.
So 4 quivers of random question mark arrows.
Yeah. All of them tipped differently.
I look for
Each?
I look for anything that will help me with my making stuff as an artificer. Any spell components, any magic components I could use.
You find a bag of jarred items, all of which are labeled. The whole bag is labeled question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point.
I take the whole bag. Screw that. I'm taking it.
Just little items in jars.
I want to look for, while we're on the port side and things are safe for this 10 minutes, I'm going to dart outside real quick and look for anything that looks like the shop sign is labeled in Goblin.
There is a port store that is entirely decked out in Goblin.
Cool. Making a mad dash for there.
Alright. You get there no time.
Anybody in the building?
Oh yeah. There's about 15 very unpleasant looking goblins on the inside, crossbows at the ready.
I'll give you 2 bars of adamantine weighing 3 pounds apiece for anything you have that says WTF on the labeling. Or GTFO.
They pull out one glowing bottle. It's a green bottle. And when it moves a little bit, you can see it wants to catch. And then it also has a big question mark on the side. That was this from the guy down the street.
Is that just a question, or is it a what the fuck?
I feel like it's a what the fuck.
Alright, do you have any get the fuck out of here?
Goes back looking, and you would recognize the chemical bombs that come out. These are alchemist fire bombs with a pressure point trigger.
Can you take the stuff in this bottle and put it in one of those bottles?
We've tried. We've exploded.
Give me the cork from one of those.
Take the cork out of the green bottle,
Put it in there. Problem fucking solved. Fucking idiots. Now put that crossbow down before you shoot yourself in the foot.
They're still fairly paranoid. No bites?
No, there's a wall of fire for the next 10 minutes between the dockside and the fucking town.
Alright. You do see, off to the side, a elven woman with like 8 bite marks. Just fully laid out, riddled with arrows and bolts.
What happened to her?
Came in here acting like she was gonna hurt somebody.
So,
Well, I came in here fully intent on hurting somebody if they didn't cooperate, and I'm walking out, so what's your excuse?
We hurt her first.
As I watch him bolt across the road, I'm going to the cash house.
Cool. It's right there by the dock.
Is it locked? The door is open? Anybody
Door's
inside?
wide open.
Anybody inside?
Nope.
how far is the water from the bottom of the dock?
It's about 4 feet down. It's high tide.
Well, that doesn't help me be able to rinse off the freaking.
No, but you can walk to the shore. You're on the shore now.
You're on the shoreline.
Yeah, you're on the
dude.
shoreline.
Okay, I'm
Think
going
about
to
it.
rinse off
A dock
this.
and a pier has to go up and out far enough for a large ship to not end up beaching itself.
Yeah, it's like a hike out to the boat.
Yeah. So I just walked down and I kind of rinsed myself
Still
off
got
of
one
all
bottle of Alchemist Fire left.
the shit that I got infected with that's on the skin.
I grabbed the
I
handle.
kind of just rinse it off in
It's
the
okay.
ocean.
Yeah, but that one I've got left.
Alright. You would notice that one of the little crabs in the that's in the little pool that you went to immediately turns into an asshole and starts sniffing at everything around it.
That was fire.
Survival of the fittest, I guess. Not my monkey, not my problem.
Alright. Pull out reach into the bag of holding. Pull out 2 bars of astral copper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you all know what these are, right?
Yeah.
I need you to do me a great big favor.
Alright.
I want you to burn the whole fucking city down as we're all going up the pier, and then burn the pier behind us.
You understand that this city is an entire continent, right?
You understand that this entire city looks like it's going to shit in a handbasket, right?
Oh, that's clear. But you understand that we aren't going to be able to burn down an entire continent. Maybe this whole section of our port of town.
That'll work.
Burn what you can.
And start, well,
Burn enough that the idiots won't follow us.
start a forest fire. Will take care of itself.
Unless you gotta start one like from the opposite side to like negate each other.
And I'm gonna need your help with the little project.
Okay.
Instilling a mutiny on a floating city.
Honey, that ain't happening. Not on that one.
You'd be amazed what happens if you eat the president.
You'd have to get through the citizenry.
Well, I've got an idea for that. Anybody got a glass box around here?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you 5 more bars like this if before you get on that boat, you manage to catch one of them little running around things in a glass box and bring it to me.
Keep your fucking metal. One, we ain't going on the boat. 2, we ain't catching one of them quicklings. 3, we've got enough alchemist's fire and enough bolts to keep ourselves set for the next 100 years.
Cool. Then, excuse me for a second, there's something I want to do.
I'm going to walk over to the body of the elf that's got the black dots on her.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take...
Do you have a glass vial? I want to get something out of your house. You'll appreciate me for it later.
Take it, and I'm going to take my dagger and cut all of the oil-touched parts out of her flesh and put them in the bottle and stuff it in the bag of holding.
That's great.
It's not.
Alright.
It's an extra-dimensional space and non-detectable.
You've got blighted elf meat.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
I walk up about that time after rinsing myself off. What the hell are you doing?
You would notice that
I'm plotting. Leave me alone. Don't worry, it'll benefit you too.
it would be about this time you hear the horn from the ship announcing that the door will be lowering to let people off and let people on.
We need to make for the boat, people.
I'm in the cash house.
Okay, I'm going to bolt over to the cash house,
Uh-huh.
We gotta go. Now.
Alright.
grab the climbing hooks.
Give me a flat 20.
Where are you?
19.
Cool. You find 3 smaller bags of 100 platinum each.
We're starting off with money.
Whoever ran out of here took the rest of everything with them.
Smart.
Can I look and see if there's anything uniquely that they might have missed?
It's been cleaned out. They left some behind for a smart motherfucker.
Okay.
They left a little bit behind for someone smart enough to look there for cash.
And get lucky.
Yep.
300 platinum. Damn.
Okay.
What was the other? Oh, pawn shop. Is it like a pawn shop?
It looks like what would have been a pawn shop. It's a vendor.
Consignment vendor kind of like thing.
Yep. And there's bits and bobs. Nothing impressive. Plenty of rations.
We have a handful of rations, stuff them in the bag of holding.
Cool.
Do I find any like vials, flasks, clear, see-through things that like it can use to store or.
Oh yeah, lots of glass jars, vials, and flasks. Probably 5 each.
I want 5 flasks, 5 like standard vials.
Alright. That's a little bits of bobbery.
While he's grabbing this, I'm going to go start setting grappling hooks up over the moorings of the
Alright.
and uncorking bottles of alchemist's fire, my last 2, at each corner of the thing, so they'll start putting off their little jet of flame from oxygen touching them. At the end of the pier, at the ends of the piers, like you're running through that finish line with the flares at the end, is what it would kind of look like at the very
That's
beginning of the
great.
pier next to the shore.
That's great.
You've got 3 minutes before the pier blows.
You'd all hear this. You got 3 minutes before the pier blows.
I'm gonna start setting grappling hooks.
As I'm running towards them, is there anything of note that is catching my eye?
Not here. It's bits and bobbery. There's bits and bobs.
No, but more like, I guess, be more specific. Anything that looks like those little creatures are getting closer to us as the fire starts to dim from the opposite fire?
You can see the shimmering green of their skin behind the fire.
Like they're waiting to come?
They're a good ways back from the fire, but yeah, that fire goes out. They are coming through them walls.
Those poor idiots in that fucking goblin store have no idea what they've got to deal with.
Fucking Starbucks.
Tried to tell them.
I
Tried to
rolled
help.
to see how stubborn they were gonna be.
They rolled high.
They not one on a wisdom save. Hi.
Your people, the smart people.
No, my people are fucking stupid. Why do you think I don't like them?
How does he have to roll to see if he gets the grappling hooks set?
Give me a dex check.
Flat check or a save?
I'll give it to you for a save because I know you're proficient.
It's a good thing because I got a 10 with the save.
Nice. Yeah, you got him up there.
All right.
You got about a foot of rope left on the ground on 50-foot ropes.
All right, I'm going to climb, use my dash action to get the full way up the rope, and get onto the top deck where I'm sure there are going to be very angry guards watching and posting.
Confused guards, not quite angry.
But like weapons drawn, somebody's raiding their ship.
Yeah, kind of like a dagger out. What the?
All I have to say is shit is going down. Don't drop your fucking door. I'm blowing up the pier. Not a safe harbor. Make sure your captain makes the announcement about 4 seconds ago.
The one runs off to deliver the message because oddly enough he believes you. Just to.
You know, smoke in the distance, weird horde of things that can be seen over the edge.
Take your spyglass and look past the fire.
Takes a quick. All right. Looks like we're not dropping off here anytime soon.
Shout down over the...
Start climbing, you lazy fucks.
Just because he's shorter than me.
Next stop would be the spire.
I'm gonna give it a tug to make sure to hold my weight because I'm bigger than everybody else.
It's a good rope.
No, but yeah, I just want to make sure like
It isn't very long before you hear the emergency departure sirens.
Yeah, I'm climbing the rope to get up into the boat.
Everybody climbing up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, you're all up on this boat, and it spans dozens of city blocks across. This thing is massive.
Looking through the question mark arrows, I'm going to lay them out in front of me. Going to look for one that looks incredibly flamboyant.
There's one that no matter how you try to stow it, it tries to burn you if you get too close to the arrowhead.
Perfect. Going to aim that one for the goblin's shop.
Okay.
Specifically through the window, randomly hitting whatever's inside.
Roll to hit.
18.
18, you definitely hit the window. You see a flash of fire from the inside. Roll 2d10.
Okay.
I mean, I was aiming for a window, so it's not like I'm actually going to hit anybody.
No. They're huddled back against the
6.
bar. 6? Alright. So you deal 6 points of fire damage to the inside of the bar, and it catches.
Perfect.
It's a sticky kind of fire.
Like you pour water on it, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Not my problem. They told me that they
You would
had...
totally see the like the fire flash brighter as someone dashes out into the street, grabs ocean water, and throws it inside.
Also, they had how much alchemist fire and shit in that building from
Oh,
what they told me?
A fuck ton. That spot's gonna blow any minute.
So I reach into my bag, and I pull out a few strips of the elk meat from breakfast. Anybody hungry? Dinner and a show?
I'm good.
Well, you should at least enjoy the fireworks.
And as the ship begins to, you feel like you're moving long before you notice that you are, because the ship takes forever to start generating enough motion to actually feel like it's moving. It gets going, and just as you actually notice that you're moving, you hear the fireworks begin as flask after flask of alchemist's fire, this little goblin shop explodes.
Plus everything else that's going to go off as a result.
Just sit back, reach down, grab that flask off that dead guy this morning, sip some of his wine. Here's to the good life.
All I, as you're standing there, you hear, all I, normally do this at the door, but can I get your names just for the count of souls?
Bile spout.
Bile spout.
Kyrus.
BS for short.
I'll probably call you quite a lot.
I'm sure of it.
Kyrus.
Kyrus?
Montac.
Montac?
Seraphina.
Seraphina. Alright. And he jots it down. Well, I'm your Captain Forsyth.
Forsyth what?
Forsyth.
Forsyth what?
Everweather.
That sounds like a terrible practice.
I'm literally actively just like shaking my head. He's gonna get me killed.
Probably,
I was thinking,
but I'll live.
you were thinking Forsyth what? I was thinking foreskin what?
Oh my god.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Do you have? I'm gonna look at the captain. Can we get 4 rooms or cabins?
He's already like a step ahead of you. There's, luckily, the cabin numbers are actually all together. We don't typically have very much for cabins. These are more studio, single dwelling units. We don't really do cabins here. It's more of like an apartment.
What? I'll have a bed.
You'll have a bed.
No more sleeping on dead bodies for me.
That's not surprising.
But if it makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure below decks there's something you can do to work it out.
There's plenty to
Get
do for work.
nostalgic.
Though, aboard this ship, we don't demand payment for lodgings. We practice the art of having a home being a humanoid, beastioid, whatever you have, you living thing right.
Oh, so it's a sentient right thing.
Yeah.
Why is it that you're in charge and I know words that you don't?
I don't know. Mostly probably because my grandfather built this ship.
Well, that's not comforting.
But I've practiced his methods since, well, my father decided to become a lunatic.
Really, can I meet your pops?
Oh, sure. He's probably in one of the taverns down on the lower decks. Still wearing his captain's uniform.
Is he is he the picture of a modern major general?
No. No, he's a little bit of a lunatic. We settled this island for a little while, and he's never quite been the same.
Yeah, strange mushrooms.
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing. Even the dragons were friendly. We haven't landed there since.
What? Any of you all ever heard of a friendly dragon?
A dead one.
Yeah, they're tasty that way.
Yeah, no.
I don't mean the gold or the silver or lovely shining scales ones. No, this was it. A fully grown black dragon playing with children from the ship.
That's not normal.
I think we should go talk to his pops.
Yeah.
That sounds about like the bullshit going on in town that we just torched.
Next up is the Great Spire. There'll be people there who talk about this island as well, because we took some people from there.
I'm actually, with what happened on the rooftop, I'm gonna ask if he has any library with older books and anything regarding magic.
There is a lovely library downstairs. It's massive. It's one of the core buildings on that level. It's 2 floors down, right in the center of the level.
Okay.
There are mages inside who will help you with anything you need.
I'm going to...
Every time we pick up in Findresir. Every time. Some of you find yourselves casting firebolt or some shit and need to go talk to the mages.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Well, fortunately, it's not me. It's just the rest of us.
I'm gonna grab my root key, thank him for the key, give him a platinum. 4 of them actually, 1 for each room.
They don't need money.
Hands it back to you, looking at you like...
You see, he said they don't typically take payment. I'm still gonna pay for room. I won't get stuck doing some slave labor shit.
No, food and housing is a human right here. Or sentient right here.
Still.
The food and the board is the right of a living thing.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Cole.
The healers will take care of you for free too.
I took care of myself at one point, somehow. That's what I need to talk to
You'll
mages
probably
about.
like
I had a bunch of wounds and was infected by some stuff, and then my
Yeah,
hands
Kool-Aid.
flew and it went away.
What's
Well,
Kool-Aid?
I will say if you want to enjoy the finer things, your money will be good there.
Cool hookers and
Oh!
I mean, what?
There's a space to get food. There's a space to live in. There are healers who will see you for free, but if you want to enjoy the niceties, you'll have to talk to the people who sell them.
Blacksmiths.
4th floor.
Magically climb blacksmith, same floor.
Same floor. You'll find some adamantine walls.
I need a...
Special installation.
I want to go see what the question mark shit is.
Well, I didn't pop for magic, but I've got this urge to just beat on something. I've got an aggressive nature. It's a problem. So you
Oh,
would...
there's a break downstairs where people get the sun speed into them.
Oh, no. If I was doing that, I'd want to work for the sex beating department. But, as it were, by any chance, would you have something that would equate to, like, cage fights or a coliseum, a way to test your strength against other so inclined assholes?
Points up, and you literally see what looks like a wooden, stone, and a little bit of gold work replica of what would be the Roman Colosseum.
Well, I know where I'm going to be this afternoon. Please don't bet on me. This could suck.
It's a 5 gold entry fee every day. As many fights as you can handle.
Sounds like good training.
That would be the hope.
How many days can I get for this? And I pull out one of the Ethereum bars.
Oh, get you the duration of your stay. But you'll have to take that to the ticket master at the Coliseum.
Perfect. I'll go do that in a few. What do you consider food here?
Oh, cooks downstairs make just about everything from most cultures. Though, I guess you would go down to the far southern end of the particular food district, because there's a little goblin shop down there.
Goblin food kind of tastes like garbage.
It is mostly garbage.
See, I prefer my food bloody and smoked.
Oh, you'll go to the orcs.
Yeah, we tend to eat better.
We did just come from northern Findresir. Nowhere near as much fire or death.
Sorry about that.
And there was
Sorta.
plenty of hunting accomplished, so the orcs would be well stocked right now.
Who's got the best booze on board?
Just about any pub in the area. You like to take your pick.
Who serves the best orc food and booze in the area?
That would be the Jade Dragon.
Anybody want to go to dinner? I'm buying.
I want to go learn more about my magic. Or whatever the hell's happening to me.
How about you, friend? Hungry?
Not gonna eat. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the.
And you, miss? You hungry, or are you gonna go check some shit out?
I could eat.
Alright. So, the three of us will be down at the Jade Dragon. When you're done stuffing your nose in a book, you'll know where to find us. I've got a few things I want to talk to you about, too. Looks like you're one of them weird fucks that make shit.
Yup.
For the record, out of character, this character is inherently an asshole.
Alright.
It's just part of their nature.
Y'all get down, those of you who are going, get down to the Jade Dragon. And it is an ornately decorated orcish diner.
What does the person at the door look like?
6.5 feet tall, nice, strong tusks. Just
Gender, dress.
standard robes, very nice, well embroidered. You can't quite make out a gender though. Those could be pecs, those could be tits.
Hey,
Other than that,
Toots.
you don't really.
They're
Got
built
any
like a brick
space?
house.
Do we need a reservation for someplace like this?
No. There's a menu for the alcohol, the food is free.
Right. You'll have some of the best smiths on board, right?
We do.
Cool.
Pull out my last brick of adamantine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying with this, honey.
Alright. And just shouts over that you've paid for what you'll be drinking for the night. Probably longer. Takes it back to obviously the owner-operator. And, yeah. And at some date in the future, if you're still on board, they will tell you when you've used up your tab.
I can always find more.
You can tell that the alcohol is how they pay their staff, and the cooks are happy cooks. They eat as well as many of their patrons.
Alright, so your drinks are for free now. Oh, we might have one more joining us if they ever get their nose out of the library. They found out they could use magic. Apparently that's a thing that's normal here.
Quite. Just kind of casts create light.
Well, where we were, that wasn't a thing, and like everybody but me in the group I'm traveling with.
Oh, that's right. You're Findresir.
Yeah. And we're part of the port that you weren't supposed to set into.
Well, we were. I guess something caused an emergency departure.
Yeah, well, hell was breaking loose, and we were part of the reason it didn't make it to the docks.
Well, then by all means, thank you. And we won't be considering tonight's drinks as part of your tab as a result.
Oh, really? I was just telling you never go back to that port again. But thank you, I appreciate you greatly, and I
Head inside before they have a chance to renege. And over my shoulder, hurry the hell up before they change their mind.
You can tell that everybody here lives a pretty easy life because their medicine, their schooling, and their housing and their food are all covered.
Yeah, I'm used to having to mug somebody every night, so I have breakfast money. So,
And everybody is extremely willing to share because, again, they don't worry about where their next share will come from.
So,
I'm gonna sit down and order like a 7-year-old, no, younger than 7-year-old fucking drink has to be aged, and a fucking steak and a loaded potato.
They bring you a 5-year-old stout mash whiskey.
Mm.
Almost looks like it should have been a coffee stout, but was converted over halfway through the brewing process.
Like, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna change up what we're doing.
It bites when it hits your tongue, but man, does it go down smooth.
I'm gonna sip on
nice
that
with a
while
slow burn.
I'm gonna sip on that while I wait for my food.
Alright, you would recognize the reptilian meat being brought forth.
As?
Oh god. We killed one in Nox Vitalia.
Kobo?
No. It makes really good curry.
Basilisk.
Basilisk! As soon as I went for the word, it disappeared.
Yeah, I still need to order some gator tail so I can make basilisk curry.
And you would see
You know?
a dish of,
Gator curry?
a dish of
A nice green curry?
what looks like a yellow curry brought with
Right?
as kind of like a dipping, because this is a huge piece of meat and it's an encumbrance to try to put it in a bowl for curry. So there's a nice dipping bowl of yellow curry type food right there.
Is it cooked, uncooked?
It is just barely seared.
Would you ever poke it with one of my claws? Make sure that it just penetrates the meat and then push down on either side of the hole with my fingertips.
It squishes.
What color's the juice that comes out?
It looks like just blood.
And this is why I eat with orcs and not with trash eaters like my own kind.
You receive a steak that would make Texas blush.
I don't know about that.
Aurochs steak.
Huh?
A New York strip would be this long, this wide, and weigh 4 pounds.
And it is
It's a steak that would make Texas blush.
it is used as the plate on a plank of wood for a whole stack of potato and veg.
Fuck that, bloody potatoes.
And you are in the mage's school. And you have you ordered?
No.
8.
8. You hear a little orcish child mimicking you. 8.
Grab a chunk of the basilisk as the kid opens their mouth to mimic me again and stuff it in.
Almost gets your fingers in the process.
Now fuck off.
Now fuck off.
Go back like this at the orc kid.
Try me. This kid looks like they've got that brand of wildness in their eyes. Would absolutely jump and bite your hand.
I smack him upside the back of the head with my tail.
I rolled a hit. Tell me what you rolled.
Natural or with a
Natural.
10?
You do, in fact, make contact with the back of this kid's head. But you do not retract quickly enough to keep the kid's claws from digging into the flesh of your tail as he catches your tail.
I'm gonna
Catch a tiefling by the tail!
and I'm gonna
Yank!
I'm gonna yank back and knock him off of the fucking ass.
That's a dex save on my end.
Versus strength check on this end.
Yup.
He fucking wins.
What'd you roll?
2 plus 1.
He only wins by this much. He got a 4.
Oh, fuck my life.
3 and a 4. You're getting your ass kicked by
You
the
both
kid,
land
bro.
on your ass.
You're getting your ass
The kid
kicked by
is
a
giggling,
kid,
just
bro.
bites your tail and then runs back off to his table with his parents.
Look over at you. Cute kid.
Parents are doing this number.
Reminds me of me when I was younger.
I'm gonna pick my chair up and sit back down.
Actually, directly look at the parents. Reminds me of me when I was younger, as a goblin saying this to an orc.
The parents are just. Their green skin is a shade of red that you didn't expect.
I thought the green people turned brown when they were blushing, you know, like a shit stain.
And talk amongst yourselves while we move over to Chris, who is down at the Mage's Library.
So did you learn anything about orc babies?
I think we need a recruit in.
Alright, so what are you looking for?
I just walk in and I randomly cast Cure Bonfire in the middle of the room where there's an empty
Cure
space.
Bonfire?
Or Create Bonfire. Sorry. Create Bonfire in the middle of the room where there's an empty space. And I just tell them, well, that's new. Can you tell
There
me
is a
about
space
that?
that looks like it was designed for that kind of thing, and looks like it's old enough at the edges you can tell it's only really opened up when they dock at Findresir. And your bonfire goes off nicely. Well, it was casted nicely. That's new, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't do that until about 10 minutes ago.
Alright. Well, welcome to having magic.
Is that what it's called?
The spell you just cast is called Create Bonfire. Here's a scroll that explains it. Any other new spells?
See the little marks on my legs?
Yeah?
Yeah, those were a lot worse until my hands started glowing.
Oh, that's Cure Wounds. Here's a scroll that explains that. Fair warning, most of your spells won't go off quite as neatly, with no components. The scrolls will explain to you what you need in order to cast them.
Interestingly enough, as long as he has his focus, it doesn't matter, and his focus is his tools.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lockpick, he's golden.
Anything else you're looking for?
Nope, that's about it. And
All
I
right.
leave. And I go back.
Hands you a book of like first and up to second level spells of like here.
So just a spell book.
Yeah, it's just something to study out of. It'll give you the explanations for your first or cantrips and first level spells. So you'll know what you can do now. Though not all of them will go off the way you expect when you try them. Just the ones on your character sheet.
I'm gonna finish eating. I mean, eat till I'm full but not overstuffed. And I'm gonna excuse myself from the table as I head towards the blacksmith area
Alright.
before I head to my room for the night.
Alright. Well, with everybody having fed themselves and enjoyed themselves, we are wandering quite close to 8 o'clock, so.
As I'm finishing my meal,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab some cloth, like from my bag, just random scraps of cloth, and start wrapping my hands, crack my knuckles.
Have a nice night, I'm off to the Coliseum.
You encountered no trouble for that Ethereum bar. No trouble. They let you right on in and shoo you off to the armory where you can pick what you want to fight with.
I literally just wrap my hands and feet in leather.
Yep.
I don't need more than me mitts.
Fair enough. Should you change your mind, it's open to you.
You'd rather I didn't.
Anything you drop, just toss it overboard. We ain't really got a graveyard here.
I
And the last thing that happens before you're sent on your way to go fight is that you are asked to sign basically a release stating that you are aware that you could die and that no notification will be made to next of kin.
That's alright, I'm just looking for some training matches to start, people as weak as me.
Alright, well, have your fun. There's plenty of new initiates.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a contender just yet.
Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
Yes, we do. There's a fucking building for it.
Though I will say the more fame you gather for your fighting, the more likely the pubs are and the vendors are to bestow upon you free goods.
Wait, I can get free booze for beating ass?
I think they call it sponsorships?
Yeah, free booze for beating ass.
Yeah. It's a sport here. It's just a sport that people regularly die at.
Because we don't fight like the fucking Mexicans.
Oh, so it's like pig fucking.
What the fuck?
Sure.
Goblin Olympics are really weird, alright?
Yeah.
We dress up a human constable in a pig costume, and the first one to fucking wins. He gets a knife.
You will notice that Jade Dragon is one of many lovely establishments to eat as you go looking for your dinner before doing something else.
So, I walk into hearing something about pig fucking.
Yes, basically.
No, you wouldn't hear anything about pig fucking because the Coliseum's that way, the food court's that way.
Yeah, there's just a table, and there's still one person at least sitting at it. And the goblins wandered off to go whoop some ass drunk.
What were you doing?
Head to the blacksmith.
Yep, he's getting up to head down to the blacksmith's.
She's still sitting at a table.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna head to the blacksmith to see if there's anything I could do with my quarterstaff or upgrade anything like with that. Add some metal work to it, some inlay or something like that to make it more durable.
Nice. Yeah, you find blacksmiths who have plenty of those skills. And your homework this week will be to tell me what you want done. I will tell you if you have the money.
Okay.
Still at level 1.
Yeah.
Well, even if I don't have the money, I could always watch what they do and then do it myself.
About that.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I grab a player's handbook real quick?
Yeah, about the
I have one right here.
The level thing.
about the level thing.
Because I've been keeping track.
And we did just fuck up a whole bunch of shit.
How much can we get for an entire
Destroying a
shop full of goblins?
I'm about to tell you.
What should we get for an entire village?
part of a village.
When it's a continental city and you take out a quadrant, people tend to notice.
Yeah, people tend to notice quite quickly.
Fortunately, there's not going to be anybody to put a bounty on our heads that'll be able to contact that boat because of the way we left. Don't do it. Bad shit's going down, and they believed us.
You wouldn't quite be at level 4, so by next week you'll be level 3s.
Okay, so we have to level up to 3 from that.
Yep.
Oh, good. That means that my Coliseum stay after all that's going to be real fun because I'll have at least to level 3 in Drunken Master attributes.
Yep. Eh? Took out a horde of quicklings. All that extra stuff. I'm only giving you the XP for the ones you actively killed.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, otherwise we'd be ready to go to Aelwood now.
So as I'm looking
And I want the Spire to feel at least a little bit difficult.
So I was looking for blacksmiths that are able to identify some of the crossbow and the bolts that are first set, and maybe might be able to help me figure out what the other shit on it.
So you're ushered into a uniquely built blacksmith shop. The door shuts behind you, and that's where we're gonna wrap for the night.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh. So you said
Secret society, I am in.
Right. Let's do this.
What